back to another episode of World of Tanks with Gainy Titan, and this again is one from the archives. It's an older game from earlier in the summer, where I was grinding out the Waffenträger Panzer IV, and we're in a very strong tier 10 match with tier 9s and 1, tier 8 artillery on each side, both the same type, GW Tiger P. We're on the Abbey map, and initially I'm going to go for the 9 line. I thought as a tank destroyer with good view range and reasonably good stealth, this might be the best, one of the better places for me to deploy, because I wasn't too sure exactly what the team was going to do, and quite frequently it's a location where the team actually ignores or tends to leave uncovered, particularly with the proportion of heavy tanks that's in this game. Although we've got a lot of tank destroyers, well, we don't. Both sides actually put a lot of tank destroyers, but we have a preponderance of them. We've also got a lot of heavy tanks. The enemy have a lot more medium tanks. So I'm just parking up in this bush to spot stuff, or park up behind the bush ideally. Though being in the bush itself gives me the opportunity of spotting things. So I would actually probably be better off in the bush to spot stuff. We're supported by a Death Star and what looks like a T110E4, I think. And the machine is moving forward. And we've spotted an object 277, so I'm going to pull back to sort of be not spotted when I fire. I wonder if that went anywhere near. I don't know where that shot went. Fire at the former location, see will I do any better. Or maybe not, but I'm also looking at the map thinking, we've got a lot of tanks here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 included, 7 included myself in the artillery. All focused on this narrow corridor. And then there's 3 or 4 tanks in the centre, only 2 tanks going west. So if we're only facing 2 tanks, and the centre is facing roughly equivalent number of tanks, that means there's an excessive number of tanks somewhere else, probably on the western side of the map, which looks definitely undercovered. So I start pulling back in order to cover the base again from people coming in from other directions, because it's only a matter of time before someone or other of the groups gets overwhelmed. Things are actually not looking good for the crowd in the middle at the moment. Not only has a medium tank comes through the village and started to flank their position, but some of the heavy tanks, or the tanks that have gone down the western side of the map, have already reached flanking positions of the Abbey. So they're going to prevent the green tanks from making an effective defence. And then my mic stopped working. Sorry for the non sequitur, but I had an unexplained gap in the sound audio, the voiceover commentary on this game. And I've spent half the bloody afternoon trying to troubleshoot problems with my microphone. However, as I was saying, the enemy have successfully gotten onto flanking situations here. Our guys in the middle of the town are screwed. And the guys that went over on the western side, through no fault of their own, took the wrong road. So it allowed the enemy tanks to get into flanking positions, do, I'd say, pretty serious damage to our guys in the village, before the guys that went over to the west got into a position to do some serious shooting. And the trouble is that where the enemy tanks are now, where the Conqueror is and the Object 268, the guys that are going shooting at them from their current location are also subject to crossfire from the village. So there's people in the village who probably can't shoot the tanks that we have in the centre of the village, can probably shoot the guys that are attacking the Super Conqueror in the 268. And I'm kind of stuck as well, because they have actually pretty decent cover to where I am. And the problem is that I don't really have the mobility. If I get into a position to attack the guys in the middle, I can be attacked from the guys across the western side, and I won't have cover against them. The 268 starts backing up, and I was just waiting for the reload. And I was going for a tracking shot, but he backed off. Unexpectedly, because he backed too far. And he just destroyed himself. Which is rather fortunate for us. Because that was a pretty powerful tank. It's got pretty good frontal armor. And if he didn't make that mistake, things would have been a lot stickier. Now I thought did have a shot at the back of the Conqueror's turret, but he had pulled back enough that he just evaded the shot. Now I need to get... Now, I'm going to be spotted here, I think. Maybe. I don't know. No, I fired, but the Centurion AX was backing up, and therefore my shot did not hit. But the AMX M451 spotted me. So back I go, scurrying as fast as my little track can carry me to cover. But the Super Conqueror is no longer visible. Our guy's still over there, so we've managed to survive over there. Now, that was a badly placed shot. Should have gone for the side of the turret. And we are in trouble now. The AMX M4 is coming in. I think there's another. The Lorraine 40T rather. The Lorraine 40T is here. There's a 50 TP in the cap circle. Some of them's put around into me. The Lorraine is coming around, and if he came after me properly, I would be dead, I think. Gotten around into him. One more round should do it. The artillery's not in a great spot to shoot the Lorraine 40T, and oh god, there's another guy on the other side of me. Now, what's going on the other side of me? I should take a look around. I thought for a second he was stuck, and I think at the point I pulled out because I thought he was actually stuck in the rocks. The AMX M441 has just been taken out by the artillery, which is badly needed. That's probably saved my ass because I got the reload in and got rid of the 40T. That was exciting. Could have gotten a lot worse. We had survived by the skin of our teeth. And now we just have to stop the cap we have to reset the cap. Guy in the cap circle has been spotted by the guy at the end of the... I think he's in the end of the monastery. He's actually up at the higher level. And we have a side turret shot. We get it in, and both of us actually hit there. So the 50 TP has been really hammered back, and now we should be in the commanding position because we're well advanced on the cap. Now I'm going to turn around so I can make fast getaways. Should be able to peek the corner without being spotted. And I think the 50 TP is dead. And a medium tank is turned up in the Abbey cloister. But he is surrounded, so he is ultimately doomed, but he has caused a cap reset. And there's only one enemy tank remaining, which is the Super Conqueror. So he must have slipped off the cliff at some point. He's gotten a shot off in my direction, but I've managed to evade it, and he's further over the map, so the artillery might actually have to strike him. But he needs to be spotted, so I have to come around the corner and reacquire him. I've reacquired, but I'm targeted, so I just pull back straight away, and the artillery takes him out. That's it. Game over. So we did 3,779 regular damage, 336 assisted damage, slightly over 4k combined damage. And we have... Well, it was the first match of the day, I think, so we had a bite 2. And we get a first class mastery for that game. 1 kill. We did a substantial amount of damage, I guess. And we came number 1 by experience, with the artillery actually following up on number 2 by experience. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please press like, comment, share. It really helps the channel out. And if you have not already done so, please subscribe to the channel. I will catch you all again soon. Bye for now.